Hello and welcome to the Lorna Fitness Podcast, the show where we talk all things fitness, health, mindset and lifestyle to help you become fitter, healthier and happier. I help busy people who lack time, motivation and self-belief to look and feel great again. If you want to work with me, head over to lornamarifitness.co.uk, but for now, enjoy this episode.
Good morning and happy National Fitness Day. What are you doing to move your body today for National Fitness Day? Let me know in the comments and let me know if you're there. Just give me a little wave. If you're watching this on the replay, do a hashtag replay so I know that you've seen it, and let me know what you did or what you're planning on doing. Have you planned your workouts in your journals? It's only Wednesday. It's not too late. I think a lot of people have this kind of mindset, and actually I used to, of where it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and I'm almost thinking of Friday, which in my head is the end of the week. When in actual fact, if you flip that on its head, Wednesday, you've got 5 out of 7 days left of the week, so there's still plenty of time. We've got some fabulous questions that we're going to go through, but firstly, I just wanted to say, just really quickly, yesterday I released all our socials for the rest of the year. So I plan usually about one get together per month in the hope that, over the scope of the year, squaddies, you guys will be able to come to at least one of them. Even if you live away and then when you come back and you visit, because we have members from all over, from Ireland, Julie, from South Africa, from Budapest, from Saudi, everywhere. So I put one on a month in the hope that you might be able to make one out of the year or something. So I've released those for the rest of the year. And last night I did a talk for our Amorgos retreat, which is our retreat we're doing in Greece. And I'm so excited. First ever abroad retreat, and goodness me, it looks amazing. Just think sunrise yoga, looking out onto the ocean on the most beautiful, unspoilt Greek island in a 5-star spa hotel. I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Now, team, also, before we start the questions, I have 2 plans coming your way. So watch this space. A few of you have said that you want to really focus on improving your balance and also improving your push-ups and your upper body strength. So I've made 2 plans based around that will help you if you just follow that and follow what I'm saying in the plans and beyond, that will help you improve your balance and your upper body strength. Okay, that's all the side notices for today. Let's get on with the questions. Question number 1, best workouts for toning the arms, please. Great question. For toning the arms, you want to be creating a stimulus for the muscles. So I would be looking at workouts that use weights primarily. I'd be looking at your strongers, your hit with weights. If you go into on demand and type upper body in, any of those ones, because the greater the stimulus you can create on your muscle, as in, let me break it down for you. To build muscle and to shape and tone, and yes, toning means also building muscle, you need to create tiny little tears in the muscle. Then the muscle goes ahead and it repairs itself. So all the work, really, most of the work is done outside of class. So we create that stimulus by creating those tiny little micro tears. I know it sounds awful, but it's just what happens. Tiny little micro tears. Then outside of class, you want to be giving your muscles adequate protein, hydration, and rest. So I would do classes like Stronger, and if you haven't got a barbell, I would be very tempted to buy a barbell. So if you head over to the member homepage and go to the equipment, there's a little button for equipment. There's everything that we suggest there. So I'll definitely have a look at that. You can do other things in between using your body weight as well. You definitely still build upper body strength and tone the arms that way. That would be things like, you could do the 3-minute push-ups and you could say, I'm going to do that every day. Or sculpt is a really good one. But even in things like yoga, when we are pushing down and lifting ourselves up again, you work your arms all the time. But just remember, stimulus, then you want protein, water, and rest. Let those muscles repair. But they're the ones that you want to do to work on your arms. Next up, which on-demand class would you recommend for targeting the tummy area? For targeting muscles specifically, so say if you're wanting to reduce belly fat, for example, it's a bit more complicated than that. We can't actually pick an area on our body. It's called fat spot reducing, where we want to lose fat or lose weight in just that particular area. But in terms of building muscle in that area or shaping, here's what you want to do. You want to be focusing on your Pilates, getting a couple of those in a week at least. Pilates or core, you could go to the core section and do some of those. But also we use our core in pretty much everything we do. Classes like Sculpt, classes like Stronger. Subconsciously, you are going to be engaging your core. But specifically to target the core, Pilates is probably the best one. Then if you wanted to improve like tummy tone, for example, you want to be stimulating the muscle, but it's also going to come at? No, that's the wrong way of saying it. Can't get my words out this week. Does anyone have those weeks where they're just halfway through a sentence and you're like, yeah, my brain's not keeping up with what I'm saying. So you want to stimulate the muscle for sure, building muscle in the area so we have that shape. But it's going to come from, I said it again, it's going to come from building a calorie deficit so that you get overall fat loss in your body, and your body will decide where it loses it first, basically. So making sure, stimulate the muscle, adequate protein, manage your stress, make sure you are resting. And also if you are wanting to improve that muscle tone, it is just going to be a case of popping yourself in a bit of a calorie deficit. So calories out are greater than calories in, and we're not talking about anything drastic. If you want long-term results, it is about taking those baby steps, experimenting with something for a while, see if it works, and then reducing it just by 20%. Does that work? Try it for a month. Yes, okay, great, carry on. No, okay, reduce portion size by 20%, and so on and so forth. The best way to do that is get consistency with your diet. So you're having pretty much the same thing every day. Because what a lot of people do is they wildly change what they're eating, and then you don't really know where you're at unless you are tracking. You're tracking absolutely everything, which can be useful, but not something that I think is sustainable in the long run. You don't want to spend the rest of your life doing that. So I hope that was useful. That was a little bit of a tangent, wasn't it? But hopefully it was a useful tangent. Okay. Can I please ask about carbs? I'm unsure how to add them in. So I have a chili. Is it okay to have a small portion of rice with it? And how about pasta? Probably my biggest downfall, as I've realised I base my meal around pasta. Can I still have it, but just less pasta? I hope that makes sense. Now, it makes sense. It makes sense. And carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are really not the enemy. Carbs are a really essential part of a balanced diet. And they were given a bad rep in the past. It's very much a kind of 90s way of thinking, if you like. And when Atkins was big, guess why? Because he wanted to sell his diet. But carbohydrates are actually your body's preferred source of energy, and they're important, and you really need them in your diet. So we break down sugars and starches into glucose that gives our body fuel for our daily activities, but also for our workouts and to allow our body to function. So there's nothing wrong with carbs, is what I want to say, first of all. They're really important. Of course, there are some that are going to be more nutrient dense than others. So I would be trying to focus on the more wholesome varieties, your less processed kind of carbs. So, if it's got a lot of ingredients in, or if it's been to a factory, it's going to be more processed, right? So just try and focus on the less processed ones. They tend to fill you up more anyway. Things that are going to be a little bit higher in fibre, again, just tends to fill you up more. And what I would do, instead of basing your meal around, say, the pasta, I'd base the meal around the protein source and then add in all the extra bits from there. And a way you can bulk it out if you want to is you could add a load of veggies to it, a load of roasted vegetables or whatever. Again, that's a carbohydrate source, but it's just going to bulk your meal out if that's what you're looking for. But the carbohydrates are a really useful, can be very, very useful tool for controlling weight and weight management. Like I said, if you're having the wholesome, nutrient dense, the fibrous carbohydrates, they're going to fill you up. They really are. One thing you might just want to look at is maybe portion control. So if you go to the website and click onto the nutrition area, there's a little guide on portion control there, portion sizes. So that might be quite useful. Next question. Do you have some healthy breakfast ideas? I heard cereal isn't great. Again, there's nothing wrong with cereal. There are healthier versions, but there is nothing wrong with cereal. But here are a few great breakfast ideas. So one that I really like, and I would always say try and do this, by the way, try and base your meal around a protein source, because it's important for muscle repair. It means that you are more satiated, so you stay fuller for longer. And protein is, it's just a really, really essential part of your diet. Your body can only absorb so much protein at a time, so it's really important to make sure that you are getting it at each window, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. So don't miss a protein opportunity is what I'm trying to say. I would try things like Greek yogurt. So not Greek style, but Greek yogurt. Greek style is the fake version of Greek yogurt, and it doesn't have as much protein in. So Greek yogurt, like the Fage, or it's spelled F-A-G-E, Fage yogurt's great with some berries. You could maybe sprinkle a bit of cereal or muesli or whatever you want on there, or some fruit. So Greek yogurt's a good one. Eggs, like eggs on toast, omelette. You pop, again, some vegetables in an omelette. That's also a really good one. You could have things like, I've written a huge list here, just off the top of my head. Smoothies. If you find that smoothies fill you up, and actually that's a really good way for you to get in your 5 a day, because you just cram it all in one go and drink it, then great. Toast is fine. I would just go for something that is going to be more filling, more wholesome, high in fibre, and then maybe putting some more protein toppings on top if you can. Some people like to have things like, I don't know, tuna, or that Parma ham. Is that the Parma ham you get when you go away? Anyway, or cottage cheese if you like that. And then for cereals, you could choose things like Weetabix, shredded wheat, cornflakes, Special K. They all tend to be a little bit lower in sugar, and things like Weetabix, shredded wheat, a little bit less processed as well, higher in fibre. And what I would do to enhance that, if you do like having cereal for breakfast, is I would maybe pop a dollop of yogurt with it, some berries, just to bulk it out, but also to add more nutrition. And another one, which is one that I have every day, sometimes twice a day, is porridge. Porridge is great. You can add whatever you want. Sometimes I add a scoop of protein in there. Sometimes I will add, again, I get frozen berries, pack of frozen berries from Aldi or wherever, and then just put like half a cup in there just on top of my porridge. It's really nice. But you can put whatever toppings you want on. So porridge is a fantastic one. I hope that gives you some really good breakfast ideas though. And if you've got any others, gang, pop them in the comments. The more we share, the better. Question number 5. I've got 2 questions left, and these are great questions. Metabolism and lower HGH levels in the menopause and how to boost them. I seem to be bombarded with fitness, health, etc. adverts. One that keeps popping up is called Metabolic Renewal and mentions hormone types in perimenopause. It seems to echo everything you promote, calorie deficit rather than cutting back. It also mentioned metabolism and how we have a decrease in HGH in menopause, and this impacts our metabolism. I hadn't heard of HGH before. After a quick Google, I assume it's human growth hormone. Yes, it is human growth hormone, which helps maintain normal body structure and metabolism, including keeping blood sugar, glucose within a healthy range. With the menopause, the drop on estrogen leads to a drop in human growth hormone. This made me worry a bit because this is where I am. My first question is on metabolism. Okay, I've seen my body shape change as I've aged. I used to be able to eat anything with no consequence. Since children, this hasn't been true, and I'm now in my mid-40s. I have midsection weight gain, and I'm nowhere near what I weighed pre-kids. I'm guessing that my metabolism has changed. Has it gone to sleep? How do I wake it up? Okay, I'm guessing if I want to make sure my metabolism is working, assume I need to boost my HGH levels. Would this be a food and a workout approach? Can workouts boost your metabolism? Does boosting your metabolism produce human growth hormone? Now, first of all, let's break this down a little bit. So if you are being bombarded by specific menopause diets or plans or supplements that people are trying to tell you, it's not a thing. They're just trying to sell their product, essentially. I'm going to tell you now about how to improve and also maintain your metabolism when you hit perimenopause and beyond. So menopause is actually one stage in time. So menopause is defined as exactly 12 months since you last had a period. That is menopause. So that moment just happens once. Anything before that moment is perimenopause, and that's where you will get most of your typical symptoms, like the midsection weight gain, like the struggle to sleep, like the hot flashes, the irritability. All of that tends to be around that perimenopausal stage. And then you've got postmenopause, so after that 12-month period. Now, in perimenopause, your hormones are going to be going up and down like crazy. Estrogen is declining. And with that, yes, your human growth hormone, as we ages, declines. Human growth hormone is high in kids and in adolescents because that is where your body is growing. Human growth hormone helps you build your body, build your muscles. So at that younger age, it's really high. As we get older, it declines, but there are ways that you can boost your metabolism. So all is not lost, please don't worry. And if you find that you do have that midsection weight gain, I'm going to share a few things that you can do here and what you need to focus on, because we can be bombarded by so much information and it doesn't need to be complicated. So I'm just going to break it down and you let me know if this is useful. As we age anyway, we get a decline in muscle mass if we don't do anything to stimulate the muscle, if we don't change anything. And that happens from the age of about 30. So I will be going through it right now too. Well, touch wood, I don't, because I do stuff to stimulate my muscles. But if I didn't, then I'd be experiencing that as well. But it hits a rapid decline, exponential decline once you hit around about the age of, perimenopause. So here's what you need to do to counteract it. You need to make sure you are strength training, creating the stimulus on the muscle. I would be strength training using weights, using resistance, and I would also get a barbell so that you can lift heavier, say, for example, in stronger. And I'd be making it a priority to do at least 2 strength workouts a week using resistance. It's not just about that though. Of course, we create the stimulus on the muscle, but then we also need to make sure we are replenishing the muscles. And why am I talking about muscles? Because the greater your muscle mass, the higher your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, i.e. your metabolism. It is what we do at rest. The greater your lean muscle mass, the greater your BMR, so the higher your metabolism is. So basically you're burning more energy by at rest, not even doing anything. So we want to make sure that we are, 1, maintaining our lean muscle mass, and 2, maybe improving it as well. So at least 2 strength workouts using weights a week, and then making sure that you are eating adequate protein. If you don't know how much protein you should be having, if you're in that perimenopausal stage, I'd be aiming for at least 1.5 times your body weight in kilograms in grams of protein over the day. Space it out throughout the day because your body can only absorb so much protein at a time. It depends on the person, but it's around about 25 grams. Very interesting what you said about the difference in Greek yogurt and Greek style yogurt. Yes, Julie. Yeah, definitely. It is very interesting to just make sure you're careful when you go to the shops. Avoid the Greek style. You find that Greek yogurt's a bit thicker as well. It's nice. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you get an adequate protein as well, so you're replenishing the muscle. And then you need to be also resting. So I would say if you do a stronger workout, you go really hard, you work the muscles, you're making sure you're getting that protein hit, you're basing every meal around a protein source. The next day, you might want to do a lighter cardio workout rather than doing another strength workout straight away. Sometimes it depends. You can split it up, like one day you could do upper body, the next day you could do lower body. But I would say if you're doing like a stronger workout, the next day I'd do something different. I'd do like a cardio workout. And then I'd come back to stronger maybe like a couple of days later, for example, to allow those muscles to repair themselves. Making sure you are managing your stress levels. That's really important. And making sure you're getting enough sleep as well. And hydrating. Muscles and your body need hydration. So it's really important not to overcomplicate things. And that is how you are going to boost and maintain your lean muscle mass and improve your metabolism. That's what you need to do. Honestly, no need to overcomplicate it whatsoever. If you're finding you're getting that midsection weight gain as well, that's what you want to do. Strength train, protein, rest, hydrate, look after your stress the best you can. And why not track it as well? Track it and see what's stressing you out. See how your body feels. Another thing that happens during this time is bloatedness. And that is because a decline in estrogen means that our food actually moves through the tract slower, and sometimes it can start fermenting before it reaches the other side essentially. And that might contribute towards the bloating and the fact that you feel like you've got the midsection weight gain, you just feel uncomfortable in that area. It might be worth just monitoring what foods you're having. Sometimes our bodies don't tolerate certain foods that we've always been so used to at this stage in life. It depends on the person, but I'd start tracking things, tracking your sleep, tracking what you eat and how you're feeling, tracking your workouts, as well as planning ahead as we always do, definitely. Now, there was another part to this question. Are there any foods that boost the metabolism? Oh, and I'd also say Pilates for the core as well. Are there any foods that boost the metabolism? Do metabolic foods even exist? No, they don't. They don't. What you want to be doing is, like I said, focusing on protein to make sure you're helping to maintain or even improve your lean muscle mass. The only thing that is sort of similar to that is the thermogenic effect of food. So when you eat food, your body goes through a process of digesting it, and digesting and metabolizing your food actually uses energy. So your body is actually using energy, just digesting your food, getting it through your body, getting it into your bloodstream. It's doing a really good job. It is working really hard. Now, depending on the type of food you have, depends on how much work your body needs to do to digest it. So it's round about 20 to 30% of protein calories are digested in this process as your body is digesting. So it uses 20 to 30% of the calories from that food just to digest it. Carbs, it depends on the carbohydrate, but it's a little bit lower. It's 5 to 10%. And you tend to find that your more processed foods, because they've kind of already been broken down, your body doesn't need as much, in simple terms, effort to break it down. I hope that makes sense. So thermogenic effect of food, sort of like that. And it's higher in protein, but no, there's no magical food that you can eat and it's just going to boost your metabolism. You're just going to need to focus on that lean muscle mass. And don't forget what I said earlier in the fact that a lot of muscle building is actually what you're doing outside of your workouts as well. So just make sure you're looking after yourself. Okay, this actually brings us on to the last question. Skin elasticity, rejuvenating skin and anti-aging. Any tips for tightening or rejuvenating the skin on my tummy, or if I change shape? I worry that if I lose too much weight from my tummy, I'll be left with wobbly, wrinkly and baggy skin there. If that's the case, it might be better to leave it a little plumped out. My bump was very large when I was pregnant, and since having children, I haven't focused on myself until now. Well done focusing on you, by the way. You're number one. A decade late. I may never achieve a flat stomach again, but that was never my goal from joining the squad. I'm seeing small changes and I wonder if I should be doing something to help now. I'm not sure how I feel about having a deflated balloon look on my stomach. Now, things that you can do for improving kind of the skin and the elasticity of the skin, I'll give you like a long little list now. But one thing that can cause this is if you rapidly lose weight. So if you have a rapid drop in your weight. And if you're doing this bit by bit, and I noticed you said small changes, it sounds like you are doing this little by little. It should be fine, but it's not something to worry about. The most important thing is you are healthy, so you're in a healthy weight range, and secondly, that you're feeling good in yourself. So never, ever, ever forget those things. For your skin, it's kind of coming down to the basics, and you probably know most of this already, but the things that you want: healthy, balanced diet. You want to be protecting the skin in that area. So, if you go on holiday, you're wearing a bikini, obviously putting some cream on that area to protect your skin. Making sure you are staying really hydrated, just keeping a water bottle with you wherever you go and just sipping throughout the day. I always say try and aim for, obviously it depends on how busy you've been, what your workouts have been like, the weather, how hot it is, etc. Around about 2.5 litres. It's a good aim, it's a good base. The best indicator is the colour of your pee. You want a very, very pale, light straw colour. Then you're adequately hydrated. But hydration is really, really important. Balanced diet. Doing core exercises, like I said, Pilates. So I would be focusing on doing the core exercises, getting adequate protein into your diet, that gradual weight loss as well, to help with the skin elasticity. And there are a couple of things that may help too. There needs to be more research in this area, but they may help, and it could be worth trying if you want to. Massage can help because it stimulates blood flow to the area. Collagen supplements may help, so you could try those. And then other products that might have retinoids in, because they stimulate collagen production. You want to be focusing on vitamin C, so it's good for your skin. And also you could always go and see like a dermatologist or a skin specialist. There's lots of different treatments out there, and I would just say, give it a go. Like I said at the beginning, are you in a healthy weight range? How do you feel in yourself? Do you feel good? Do you want to improve your core strength? And just focus on how you feel rather than how things look. But I would give those things a try. And if it is something that you do feel conscious about, then just go and see a skin specialist. Go and see like a dermatologist and just have a little word with them and let them know. But I do hope that these tips have been useful. And if you have found this useful, please do let me know. Pop in the comments, let me know, or send me a message. I always like to know. And I will see you, team. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. And can I just say, early morning classes, wow, numbers have jumped. And it's been amazing to start the day with you all 6:30, those express ones. Or maybe you're following the live timetable on demand and you're doing what we're doing. Or maybe you're coming along to the 9:30s. They've also gone down a treat. So I hope you're absolutely loving it. You'll have to let me know in the comments. And don't forget, we've got a Saturday morning one as well this week. Anyway, have a great day, everybody, and I will see you soon.